Okay, so you're writing an equation, and they say that X is cows and Y is chickens. And then they say there's half as many chickens as cows. My best way to do this would be to start with Y equals X, because you want to start saying they're equals. It gives you an equation, and then we'll change it. We'll like affect it and say like maybe we want to double this side, maybe we want to double that side. All right. If we want half as many chickens, then the chicken number is the Y. That number is the small number. Okay. So if that's the small number, to make it equal to the other one, you could double it. So 2Y equals X. It's kind of counterintuitive. Raise your hand if you had that one right. All right. Now, could you have put half on the bigger one? Would that do the same exact thing? It would. It's the same exact thing. So if you did it that way, yay, it works too. Okay. All right, now if I had said at least half as many chickens, now that gets weird, because at least half as many, does that mean like more than half or it means like less than half? So even I would get confused on that one. So I didn't make this one an at least. But if we had, just be really careful about which way you put the sign. Obviously one of them has to either go this way or that way, and I would think through which one's gonna be like bigger than the other by even more than you thought, and it's not equal. All right, one more thing. Put in this matrix on your calculator. 10, 12, 14, -1. That is a 2 by 2 matrix. Put that on the calc. Now, without a calculator, you can do flip-flop op-op, and this -1 moves here and the 10 goes there. That's the flip-flop. The op-op is this, and that's almost all the way to the inverse. There's one more thing. Josh, you remember this? What do you put in front of it? All right, so let's actually use these numbers. Yup. That times that. What is 10 times -1? Wait, one thing at a time. What's 10 times -1? -10. And then what? And then minus. And then 14 times 12. That's a bit of a pain. I'll pull out the calculator for that one. What is 14 times 12?
14 times 12 is 168.
So that's 1 over -178. Whew, nasty. But then you just have to divide all of these by -178. And there, I did it by hand, and it's about as bad as it could ever be. And it didn't take that long. Okay, that's how you find an inverse by hand. That tells you that if this thing called the determinant, or DET, the determinant was ever 0, do you get that it wouldn't work? Okay. All right. What else? Well, don't even say it. Right. Don't do it yet. If that's matrix A, and this is matrix B, what would you do to get the final answer? Don't say it, write it. You just do this times that. Inverse A times B, and it has to be in that order. If you have it backwards, it will do it wrong. Okay, cool. There's a little bit of a review of matrices. That's the other part of the cumulative. Last second reminder, there's somebody out there guarantee it, who has this situation. You have an A on one of your tests and a B on one of your tests. You're about to take a third test. If you decide today that you're just going to slack, because a lot of kids slack in the spring, you should see my grade book right now. It's holier than Swiss cheese. So many things missing. I get it. There's been AP tests and IB tests, and sometimes you just get a little lazy because you're sick of school. You only have a few weeks left. And all of a sudden you just slack off and you get a C on the cumulative test. Those will go in as 3 tests averaging a B, where all you'd have to do is study for one more night tonight. Today in class, study hard, and you end up with an A on this. Then it can go back and fix that and make that an A, and now you have an A on 3 tests. It's a huge difference in the grade book. So please take these cumulatives seriously. Use today in class. Study for it. It's moments like this that you pick your GPA. It's really true. You don't get to decide that ahead of time. You have to do that on days like today. All right? So work hard, and you'll have plenty of time to ask questions and work in class. I'm going to take out the matrix test, which you only saw super briefly. And I'm going to ask you all to take it back into your possession today so that those of you that do need to do corrections aren't like all singled out. Everybody will come up or get their test back. If you're getting your test back and you do need to do corrections, grab some scratch paper while you're up there. And that's the main thing I'll have you do today is corrections on your matrix test. And there's a Schoology quiz. A few of you are already done with. Nice work. Otherwise, most of you have to finish that Schoology quiz. And that's the job for today. And that's all I got for you for today.